This is Mlc Tv News, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, Kogi State. I am Morno Balagubo. Thanks for joining us. First, the headlines. ABUJA to become Center for Medical Excellence. Federal government promised to implement 5% jobs for persons with disabilities in private and public sector. KOGI hosts 29th edition of NMMA. Emotional reunion as Australia reopens border after 20 months. And now the news in detail. President Muhammadu Buhari on Sunday hosted the national leader of the All Progressive Congress, APC, Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu, at his official residence, State House, Abuja. Speaking to State House correspondents after the closed-door meeting, Tinubu dismissed the insinuation that he was in the presidential villa to discuss politics with the president. He, however, stated that his mission to the seat of power was to thank President Buhari for visiting him when he was recovering from a surgery at his residence in London. Indeed, what an exceptional leader will do. And to welcome him back from the trip from Saudi Arabia, NAN reports that the president also received a briefing from Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Awal Gambo at the presidential villa. Gambo said he was there to seek the blessings of Mr. President to honor the commissioning of the indigenously built Boat 3, which is one of the three they are building by the Nigerian Naval Dockyard staff in Lagos come December this year. He stated that the president's response is positive because it prides us as a nation that we can build something from the scratch to finish by our own shipyard. Kogi State government has been commended for its role in promoting unity, peace amongst the heterogeneous people of the state. The governor, Yahya Bello, also received commendation for creating an enabling environment to host the 29th edition of the Nigerian Media Merit Awards in the city of Lokoja on the 28th to the 31st of October 2021. The commendation was given by the NMMA Board of Trustees, the award winners and other dignitaries. The chairman board of the trustee, Alhaji Harun Al-Rashid, said the outstanding performance of the governor Yahya Bello in security and other aspects of life, including hospitality, cannot be overemphasized. Kogi State was adjudged as one of the best states to have hosted the NMMA in the history of the 29th edition of the award.
Kogi State stand tall as host of the 4 days NMMA 2021. From the arrival on the 28th of October, the elected state governor Yahya Bello received them in his office and promises them a stress-free event that ran through 4 days. And on the second day, Governor Bello welcomed the national and international journalists, including the Board of Trustees, after which the journalists took turn to ask questions on the state of the state, Kogi.
What are you doing truly, honestly, to upgrade your media relationship, radio, TV, newspaper, whatever? Because I'm concerned. I've gone through that process.
As a young man, a modern governor who has presided over an ancient state, once the capital of Northern Region, the administrative capital of Nigeria. What is actually your vision? How will you reconcile this very important obligation, constitutional obligation, that we seem to observe in the breach?
And Your Excellency, assuming that you become the President of Nigeria, what would this talk be like? How are you going to gather people together and do this talk? By the time we have a leader in this country whose body language and conduct by his lieutenants and executioners depict that of unity, fairness, and justice, all these agitations would naturally come down. Everything boils down to leadership. If you are talking of how would we reconcile the issue of our official conduct and personal conduct as it is contained in our oath of office, it is all about leadership. moving forward. There are those that are throwing themselves for leadership today who have our records, who have our history. We should be able to reflect on all of this. And who are those that are going to drive the system? The media, the journalists. What impression you create in the minds of Nigerians and those of our friends, it will likely determine the kind of leadership we will have. And as we preach it, we must practice it, both at home and in our working places.
Delighted Governor Bello commended the media and the owners, but frowned at the rate at which some journalists spread fake news and rumor, which he said is tantamount to disrupting the peace of the nation. Governor Bello alluded that the NMMA Trust and other established watchdogs like her within the media industry have played a good role that has institutionalized rewards and punishment systems, stressing that the bravest and most professional individuals among media practitioners needed to set examples in standing up to these giant forces for the more timid ones by remaining resolutely true to what was ethical, actual, or factual, no matter whose ox is grabbed.
To avoid gagging and what have you, I think yourselves, if you can regulate yourselves very well.
The chairman NMMA Board of Trustees, Harun Al-Rashid Adamu, commended Governor Bello for providing a conducive environment for the 29th edition of the Nigeria Media Merit Award. Amongst the programs was touring into the 3 senatorial zones to assess the level of infrastructure development across the state. This was also immensely witnessed by veterans. The NMMA 2021 was described as successful and the most prestigious annual celebration of the best in the media industry in Nigeria. Fatima Yakub reporting for Mlc TV.
Better days lay ahead for persons with disabilities in the country as the federal government has promised to implement the law mandating 5% of jobs at both private and public sectors to be allocated to them. Minister of Labour and Productivity, Dr. Chris Ngige, gave this pledge in Abuja, noting that there will be a service-wide circular to all the ministries and parastatals by next week. Ngige said that he has given agencies under his ministry clear directives towards the implication of the policy. Ngige, who spoke during the 16th anniversary celebration of the Kpakpando Foundation of Persons with Disabilities, said implementing such policy is another major policy with which the government of President Muhammadu Buhari was ensuring inclusivity in government. He added that the federal government is totally committed to making life more meaningful to the less privileged people in society. According to him, the Labour Ministry will also support Kpakpando Foundation in providing materials and cash for persons with disabilities. The minister commended Senator Osita Uzunaso, founder of Kpakpando Foundation, for his consistency in supporting and funding the well-being of persons with disabilities for the past 16 years. The Minister of the FCT, Malam Muhammad Musa Bello, has said that efforts are underway to make Abuja a center for medical excellence in order to mitigate medical tourism abroad. Bello, who also pledged the support of the FCT administration for the activities of medical professionals towards the development of the territory's health sector, stated this when he received members of the Nigerian Association of Urological Surgeons, led by its FCT chairman, Dr. Celestine Ondi, on a visit to the FCTA. While commending the decision of the association to hold its annual medical conference in Abuja, the minister expressed satisfaction with the cordial relationship between the FCTA and medical professionals and the role the latter have played in the development of the FCT health sector, adding that the stakeholders in the Abuja projects are being encouraged to join hands with the administration towards making the FCT a center of medical excellence. The minister said that the unique location of Abuja makes it the best choice for conferences and that the nation's capital was gradually being recognized as a hub for conference tourism in Africa. Bello used the opportunity to disclose plans by the FCTA to develop an all-inclusive medical city in Abuja that will include world-class accommodation facilities for visiting international doctors, patients, their relations, and visitors who will only need to walk short distances to access the medical centers within the medical city. Earlier, the leader of the delegation, Dr. Celestine Ondi, had solicited the support of the FCTA towards the success of the association's annual conference scheduled to hold in Abuja. He said the conference would bring together urologists from across the country and the diaspora to share knowledge and ideas, while complicated urological surgeries will be performed. Zamfara State Commissioner for Information Ibrahim Magaji Dosara, in a press release to the general public, said following reports of some sanity in parts of the state and a series of requests by members of the public for the reopening of some weekly markets, the state government has considered and approved the reopening of the following weekly markets, beginning from Monday, November the 1st, 2021. Nasarawa Bukerli, Talata Marfa, Gusau Shinkafa, Kasuwa Daji, Kasarawa, Godel, Danjiba. However, livestock markets Kara has not been approved for reopening. The government equally warned against any act of violations of law and order in the markets. People should not be seen carrying any weapons into the markets, as well as no person should be seen attacking or threatening anybody in the name of whatever group or organizations. Security agencies are by this notice directed to ensure that people carry out their lawful businesses within and around the markets without harassment or intimidation. Task Force for the implementation of executive order should ensure compliance and guard against the breach of the executive order. The government would not hesitate to close down once again any market found to be violating the order. Political cross-carpeting, Aliyu receives 4,000 decampees from PDP ABUJA ahead of the Federal Capital Territory Area Council's election slated for February 2022. Over 4,000 party faithfuls have dumped opposition parties to join the ruling All Progressive Congress in Kwali Area Council of the territory. Receiving the decampees to the APC fold, FCT Minister of State Dr. Ramatu Tijani Aliyu assured them of justice and fairness amongst members of the ruling party, while calling on others who are yet to join to do so. The minister, who described the event as harvest of over 4,000 members, expressed delight that most of the returnees are former leaders of the opposition People's Democratic Party, PDP, and the All Progressive Grand Alliance, ABUJA, in the Federal Capital Territory. Aliyu also charged them to use their political weight to ensure victory for the party come 2022 and beyond. She used the occasion to appeal to both old and new members of the ruling party to work together in peace and be law-abiding, as she emphasized on the supremacy of party decisions. The APC chairman in the FCT, Abdul Malik Usman, revealed that some of the decampees are founding members of the All Progressive Congress before they jumped ship. So they are here to welcome their brothers and sisters that struggled hard to form this party at that time. So it is a welcome back home for these members sitting here today. He expressed the confidence that come February 12, 2022, the APC will win the entire 6 area councils and the 62 wards in the nation's capital. Responding on behalf of other decampees, Usman Jia, former ABUJA aspirant, assured party faithfuls that their return to APC was to consolidate on the achievements recorded by the incumbent chairman of Kwali Area Council, assuring that all members of their dedication and team spirit in the forthcoming area council polls. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, concluded its elective national convention in the early hours of Sunday with the newly elected national chairman, Uyochia Ayu, declaring that the party is back to take back power from the All Progressive Congress. The statement was made just as members of the next National Working Committee were declared by the governor of Adamawa State and the chairman of the convention organizing committee, Amadu Fintiri. 3,600 delegates voted for new members of the NWC of the PDP at the convention, with only the office of the Deputy National Chairman South contested out of the 21 NWC positions. Mohammed Kadade Suleiman has been elected as the new national youth leader of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). Kadade Suleiman, 25, was elected at the PDP National Convention in Abuja. He garnered 3,072 votes out of the 3,511 cast to beat Usman El Kudan, who got 219 votes from Kaduna State. The convention, which was concluded on Sunday morning, had a former Senate President, Uyocha Ayu, elected as the national chairman of the party, while Umar Damangum emerged deputy national chairman, North. Taufik Arapaja was elected deputy national chairman, South. A new secretary to National Hajj Commission of Nigeria, NACON, has been appointed. He is Dr. Rabiu Abdullahi Kontagora. Selection of the new secretary to the commission ensued after rigorous screening handled by an independent group of consultants. Out of the total 448 applications received following advertisement by NACON in 3 major newspapers, namely the Daily Trust, Blueprint, and The Nation, 281 were found to be eligible after screening. From that number, 33 applicants met all the requirements. The applicants were administered online examination, resulting to the emergence of 14 successful persons. A second online examination was administered for these 14, whereby 9 passed with distinction. The later 9 thereafter appeared for oral interview with the consultants through 7 candidates scaled with 50% and above marks. These 7 were the names submitted to the NACON management by the consultants. NACON management forwarded these names to its establishment committee for further selection. Following laid-down criteria, the 11-member establishment committee, made up of 3 executive commissioners, 7 board members, and the acting secretary to the commission, arrived at the final 3 names that were recommended to the board. The 3 comprised 2 nominees from North Central Region and 1 from the South. The NACON 4th board, at its extraordinary meeting in October, did its final selection, from which Dr. Abdullahi Rabiu Kontagora, North Central, emerged chosen. Kontagora, PhD, will assume office in November 2021. An indigene of Niger State, the new appointee holds a doctorate in international relations from the University of Abuja after bagging an MSc in the same field and same university. His first degree was in political science, University of Abuja, and holds an NCE certificate in English government from the Federal College of Education, Kontagora. Police arrest top ESN commander in Anambra, recover 6 rifles. Operatives of the Anambra Police Command apprehended a top member of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. The suspect, who also commands its militant wing, the Eastern Security Network, ESN, was said to have been arrested in a Kokobia in Aguta local government area of the state. The ESN commander was reportedly apprehended in his house with a bullet wound following a tip-off to the police by concerned individuals. A senior police officer who spoke with our journalist confirmed the arrest. The Ilorin Zonal Commander of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has secured the conviction of 2 persons charged for offense of cheating by personation and internet fraud-related offenses before Justice Mahmood Abdul Ghaffar of the Kwara State High Court sitting in Ilorin. The convicts are Idowun Ayedobon and Okunlola Michael Blessing. The duo, who were prosecuted on separate charges by the EFCC, pleaded guilty to the charge. Following their pleas, counsel to the EFCC, Andrew Akoja, called witnesses who are operatives of the commission to establish the culpability of the defendants in the crime. He tendered several evidences, including the confessional statements of the defendants, fraudulent messages printed out of their phones, as well as the device used in perpetuating the crime, which were admitted in evidence by the court. In his judgment on the cases on Thursday, October 28, 2021, Justice Abdul Ghaffar sentenced Ayedobon to 6 months imprisonment on count 1 and 2 to run concurrently with option of a fine of 200,000 naira on each count. The The judge also ordered that the convict's iPhone 11 Pro Max Apple MacBook laptop, which was used as instrumentality of the crime, and the sum of $1,040, which he benefited from the unlawful activities, be forfeited to the federal government. You're still watching Mlc TV News. We'll go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Mlc TV Online is here. For your timely and reliable news that reaches you fast with the breaking news, choose Mlc TV. Get human interest stories right here on Mlc TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on Mlc TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on Mlc TV. Mlc TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Glad to have you back. A notorious bandit leader, Dogo Gide, has been eliminated. He was killed at Kuyambana Forest in Kaduna State. A source told journalists that Gide was killed after being shot on Sunday by the deputy leader of his group, one Sani Dan Makama, following a small dispute at the Kuyambana Forest linking Zamfara, Benin, Gwari, Dogondawa towns. The slain Gide had been terrorizing many communities in Zamfara, Niger, Kaduna, Katsina, and Kebbi states over the years. And now to the foreign news. The Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, has, in collaboration with the African Union, African Governance, Architecture, AGA, has launched the National Peace Campaign and Dialogue on Democratic Reforms and Youth Participation in the Political Processes in the Gambia. At the launch, the president of ECOWAS Commission, Jean-Claude Brown, stated, "In the past, the youth have been used as tools and being manipulated by conflict entrepreneurs to achieve selfish goals. Today, it is gratifying to note that the youth are engaged in decision-making processes that affect their lives. Remember that your destiny lies in your hands, so make good use of the opportunity." His statement, which was delivered by the ECOWAS resident representative, Mrs. Vaba Gaflo, lauded the initiative as one in consonance with the priorities of the country's National Development Plan, the AU Agenda 2063, and the ECOWAS Vision 2050. The peace campaign aims at creating an open and collaborative space for the youth to be part of the political processes, as well as the ongoing reforms and peace processes in the country. It is also part of preventive diplomacy in support of a peaceful presidential and legislative elections in the countries scheduled for 4th December 2021 and 2022 respectively. The campaign is an outcome of the multi-stakeholder assessment mission led by the AGA in partnership with ECOWAS Democracy Elections Assistance Unit, DEAU, and African Commission on Human and People's Rights in August 2019. Australia's border has reopened for the first time in 20 months, sparking emotional reunions to Sydney Airport. The government said from the 1st of November, people will no longer need an exemption to leave the country, provided they are fully vaccinated. Only Australians are eligible, but some rules for foreigners will be relaxed soon. Home Affairs Minister Karen Andrews said in a statement that before the end of the year, they anticipate welcoming fully vaccinated skilled workers and international students. The changes have been met with delight by Australians and others globally. Many have spent long periods separated from loved ones. Prime Minister Morrison has said that Australia is very close to agreeing to a travel bubble with Singapore. The Asian city-state said earlier that it would allow fully vaccinated Australians, permanent residents, and their families to enter without quarantine from the 8th of November. But states such as Queensland and Western Australia have threatened to keep their borders closed until vaccine rates are even higher. At present, people can leave Australia, which has recorded more than 160,000 COVID infections and 1,653 deaths, only for exceptional reasons such as essential work or visiting a dying relative. Over to Aliyu Nasser on Sports Today.
Welcome to Sports Updates. Cowboys wide receiver CD Lamb has been fined by the NFL 5 times over Dallas' first 6 games this season for a total of $46,865, including $10,300 for his wave on the walk-off winning touchline earlier this month against Patriots. Lamb twice has been fined for having his jersey untucked, $550 the first time against Eagles on September 27, then $15,450 for the same violation against the Panthers on October 3rd. Lamb also was fined $5,150 for his socks failing to cover his lower leg during Dallas' regular season opener against the Buccaneers, and $10,815 for an illegal crackback block against the Panthers. This shows that he has already been fined 3.75% of his total salary in just 6 games into the season. Lamb, 22, has 33 receptions for 497 yards, both team highs, and 4 touchdowns in 6 games this season. His 82.8 receiving yards per game is the 10th highest average in the NFL this season. Now in football, Chelsea reached the final of the 2020-21 Women's FA Cup as they were too good for holders Man City. Erin Kubert put them ahead in the 23rd minute with a powerful strike from a tight angle 12 yards out. Merlin Lopez doubled Chelsea's lead 5 minutes later as City was unable to clear the ball. City, who won the tournament in 2017, 2019, 2020, conceded a third goal in the last minute when Bethany England headed home a Jesse Fleming cross. The host had missed a glorious chance when it was goalless. Chelsea will play Women's Super League leaders Arsenal after the Gunners beat Brighton by 3-0 in the second semi-final. The last final was held in November 2020 behind closed doors at Wembley because of the coronavirus pandemic. But this year's showpiece, with fans able to attend, will take place at the same stadium on Sunday, 5th December. That's Sports Update. I'm Aliyu Nasser, reporting for Mlc TV.
Thank you, Aliyu, for that update. Now we go over to Matthias Ayodeji for entertainment news.
On entertainment news today, the Nigeria Official Selection Committee, NOSC, for the Academy of Motion Pictures, Arts and Sciences has announced that no Nigeria film will be submitted for the 2022 Oscars. In a letter written to the Academy and signed by the NOSC chairperson Chineze Ayeni, she revealed that selection process has altered following issues bordering on eligibility. After a series of deliberations by the committee members, we regret to announce that there won't be a submission of a film to represent the country for the 94th Academic Awards. This is due to the fact that the films received so far for screening failed the eligibility rule test set by the Academy, Ayeni stated. The committee is committed to ensuring that the film which would eventually represent the country at the 94th Academy Awards in the International Feature Film category meets all eligibility rules and technical requirements for the competition. Having successfully submitted 2 entries for the annual award, this will be the first time all entries were unable to meet the much publicized criteria. The International Feature Film category recognized feature-length motion pictures produced outside the United States, with a key criteria being that it must contain over 50% non-English dialogue. In 2020, NMMA announced that the AMPAS has approved Pidgin English as an eligibility criteria for Genevieve's Nanji Lion Art, was disqualified for failing the language criteria. Still on entertainment, the Beat Awards announced nominees for the 6th edition of her event as music producers, songwriters, mixing and mastering engineers, OAPs, video directors and a whole lot of others battle it out for the ultimate prize to be counted amongst the very best. Vying for the awards are the fresh and talented professionals such as Focus Dance Beat creator Ajumo Voice Drums, London for Rema Sound Gazim and Andrew Vibes for Ladipo's Feelings, which will make their debut. Also features are Nip Kiss for Naira Marley's Koleyewon, Mes Flares for Joe Boy Show Me, East Kiss for Olamide's Rocks, and Samzy Beat for Bibi Naija Lakons on Fall On Me. DJ Spinall and DJ Copy, who have both held Best Male and Female DJ respectively for 3 years in a row, as well as DJ K-Wise, DJ Big N, DJ Neptune, and DJ Nana, DJ Soul Yin are among the top contenders for the OAP place in Lagos. Soul Yin, who recently established a new Guinness World Record for the longest DJ set, and DJ Lambo are at the top of the female DJ list. The Beat Awards nominees for this year's edition have 25 voting categories, with the CEO of the Beat Award, Elijah John, stating that one of the sponsors, Pazino Homes and Gardens, will be awarding a landed property to the winner of the OAP category, as the award has taken on a new dimension. He further stated that all producers category, mixing and mastering category will each receive a monetary reward of 100,000 naira. The event is scheduled to hold on Sunday, November 28, 2021. That is all on entertainment news today. Matthias Ayodeji Peter reporting for Mlc TV. Back to our caster for more stories.
Thank you, Matthias, for that update. And that's the news for today's package. Join us tomorrow via the same channel. For sponsorship and advert placement, call the numbers now displayed on your screen, or visit our social media handles: Facebook Mlc TV, Instagram Mlc TV 2021, YouTube Mlc Tv, and Mono Balabubu. Thanks for staying with us.